What is up, guys? The Strong Boys 19 here. So this is going to be the next movie review into this segment of movie reviews in general. And since that I had reviewed the first Halloween movie, I decided to come back to this franchise and review the second installment into this franchise called Halloween 2. And this is the DVD that I was talking about from my movie review of the first film. That I've got the DVD set of the first 5 Halloween films. I never knew about this, but this was an Anchor Bay DVD set. So with that being said, let's just dive into Halloween 2. Halloween 2 was released in 1981, and this is the first installment as a sequel. And after the successful responses and critics praising this movie, Carpenter did not expect the success of the movie to be this very high. The director for Halloween 2 is Rick Rosenthal, and John Carpenter did work with the guys along with Deborah Hill on the production, and he did the music to this movie along with Alan Haworth, and this movie is an hour and a half. Now, the budget for this movie is pretty much higher than the first film. The budget to Halloween 2 was $2.5 million, but the overall box office was surprisingly less. It was $25.5 million, whereas with the first Halloween film, it was from $60 to $70 million in total. Now, the plot for this movie is pretty much on a very, very similar concept as the first film. We have seen the ending that Michael Myers was shot 6 times from Dr. Loomis, and when Dr. Loomis looked over to see, he disappeared. So that basically means that Michael Myers is inhuman as he respawns over time. In this installment into Halloween 2, Dr. Loomis is at a very, very big hunt to phone up all of the FBI officers to have a big hunting party to search Michael Myers. With Michael's resurrection, he took out a kitchen knife from an elderly family's home, taking out the life of a neighbor, to the grisly murders as the film continues on. And Dr. Loomis, at one point, while searching for Michael Myers, spotted a guy that he thought was Michael Myers, and he was about to shoot him. But the guy that was running away from Loomis was hit from a police car, which crashed into the van and exploded. And that was a rookie mistake, that the guy was not Michael Myers after all. Many of the police reports and news reports had been spreading all over the place on TV. And with Laurie now taken into the Haddonfield Hospital to recover from the events, and later on in the film, Michael Myers knew where Laurie was located, so it was basically like the first Halloween film, his task to find Laurie at the Haddonfield Hospital, do his stalkings, and we get to be introduced to later characters in the film, of security to female nurses, etc. One thing I really liked about Halloween 2 is that the visual effects and the violence in this film had been increasing, because with the first movie, there wasn't that much of a brutal amount of violence, but in Halloween 2, the violence was definitely there, with something more gory and graphic. I do like some of the killings in this film, like when Michael Myers takes down one of the female nurses, drowning her after changing the temperature from hot to really hot in the bathtub, to taking down the other characters with syringes. Cinematography that is really, really well shot. As a sequel, is very, very good, but in my opinion, the first Halloween film is a stronger movie. Well, I see the original Halloween as a classic nonetheless. There's a plot twist to this film when Dr. Loomis was told that Laurie Strode is Michael Myers' sister, and that she was born after the commission from Michael Myers 2 years after that he took down his sister from the original film, but the filmmakers decided to have Laurie Strode as Michael Myers' sister from now on. That was something quite interesting, and Donald Pleasence's role as Dr. Sam Loomis was really, really good. Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie Strode, she did another very, very good job. And the guy that had played Michael Myers, with his own creepiness and stalkings. The little negatives I have with this movie, though, is that I find some of the pacing in these slow bits in the film's duration to go on a bit too long, and the suspense was feeling little lackluster. And while there is some of the atmosphere and the darkness that continues on that overall theme, I think that those negatives spoiled the enjoyment just a tiny bit, and the ending to Halloween 2 is, in my opinion, better than the first film, where Dr. Loomis and Laurie escapes from Michael, and they went into a room where Dr. Loomis takes his gun to Laurie, and Laurie shoots both of Michael's eyes, blinding him. And both of Laurie and Loomis open up the gas, and when Laurie escapes, Dr. Loomis takes out his lighter, and the room explodes, taking him and Michael. And I like the way that Michael walks out and then collapses while the whole place was engulfed in flames and burning Michael. I think that is a brilliant ending to finish off Halloween 2. This is a very good sequel that is one of the very good installments into the Halloween franchise. As I said earlier, that this isn't like as much of a classic than the first film. The first film always will be one of the greatest films ever made, but I think Halloween 2 is a really good sequel to continue the story of what the filmmakers wanted to achieve. With that being said, I'm going to give Halloween 2 4 stars out of 5. Let me know what you think of this movie down in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll keep you guys posted for more videos in the near future.